Oh, okay, so I think this is now charging. I'm gonna have to sort this out because you can definitely hear the crying. We're in a caravan and it is very not much soundproofing. I might have to start this again tomorrow, but yeah, I'll probably start this again tomorrow because this is going to be difficult, I think. Hi everyone, I'm Lauren and welcome back to my channel. This is Lauren's Literary Library, where we talk about all things books and my own writing journey. And today I am on holiday, so I'm doing a mini holiday vlog, and this is my introduction. I have got 2 physical books that I've brought with me, so I wanted to just share them with the group. And I've also got my Kindle, but I've not got any specific books on there that I want to read. The first book that I want to read is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. I've borrowed this from my library. I've only got 2.5 weeks left to read it because I have renewed it for a total amount of times you can renew a book. I've heard great things about this. It's a King Arthur retelling sort of thing. Retelling? I don't know if it's a retelling exactly, but it's inspired by King Arthur legends and myths and things. So I'm excited to get to this. I've heard good things and I've heard bad things. It's been out for quite a few years. I think it was like 2021. I'm gonna double check. Oh, it was printed in 2020. I knew it was a while, 6 years. So I've heard about this book for 6 years, never got around to it. Don't say that I'm not someone who doesn't fall into the hype, because it's still been on my radar as something to read. I want to read this and see what it's like, because I do really enjoy retellings. I love the King Arthur myths and legends. I'm excited to see what this one is about. I'm really excited to see the take on it, and just like the way that it's like created its own mythology around it. But I think this is the start of a trilogy, so if I like it, then I've got 2 more books to read. But I'm hoping that I do like it, because like I said, it's something that I've been wanting to read for 6 years and only just now gotten the chance to do it. And the next book I want to read is something that I bought myself recently, and that is Snake Eater by T. Kingfisher. So I read, oh my god, I can't remember which one it was that I read. It was the one about, it was kind of like a Rapunzel dark fairy tale. I had a Waterstones gift card for working 10 years at the same company, so I had some books to buy, and this one seemed really short, which is not why I bought it, but also like, look at these end pages. It was just a beautiful book in general, so I decided I was going to go for something a little bit different. And because I'd enjoyed the other novella that I'd read by her, yes, that's the right way around to say things, I'd borrowed it from the library and I wanted to read more. I did borrow another one, but I never got the chance to finish it, and then someone put a hold on it. So I'm maybe going to try and find that again, but I'm excited to see this one. I can't remember what it's about. I know that it was horror based. I cannot remember. I'm pretty sure it's horror based though, which is weird for me because I'm not really someone who I would say is like horror. It is people saying creepy. So we'll have to see if it is creepy or not. But I'm excited to read it and just like try it out, because I don't feel like I branch out a lot. I like to stick to like my own sort of like genres and tropes and things that I like. So this is definitely going to be one of those that I'm hoping that will just like push me a little bit further. I'm also planning to get some writing done. I did no writing at all in March, and I've done no writing at all in April, which is a little bit stressful for me, I'm not going to lie. So my plan is to try and get that done. I think my issue is I'm about 50,000 words in, I think. I can't remember. I've not even opened it in that long. And my problem is that I think I don't know enough of the backstory. I don't know enough of like the world building to continue with this book in like the sense that it needs to be done. I feel like there's a lot missing from it. There's a lot of detail missing. It's not got the depth it needs. And I think that's where I'm feeling. So I've brought pens and my notebooks so I can try and do like some brainstorming on this and try and get it done, because I think if I can get that behind the scenes ideas down, I'll actually be able to go back through and pick out all of the bits of the story that I actually need to improve on, and I think that I will actually be able to get this book done. It was supposed to be done by the start of January, and we're now nearly the end of April, so it's not going well for me, but it is going. So I'm going to try. I think if I get it finished soon, it will still be the quickest book that I've written, especially with the number of words that I've written. But my plans to get it published this year have completely gone out the window. I don't think that ever got like publicly shared because it was part of a vlog from November that has just been left to flounder, and it really annoys me that I've got so many videos that I filmed and I've just like left to just do their own, like to just die pretty much. So I would like to maybe bring them back. But yeah, I don't think I ever shared it, but my plan was to publish the end of this year, sort of like November time. But I have calculated, and I do not have enough money to cover for the editing rounds on this book to do that for this year. Yeah, I've got 2 events that I'm going to though. So I'm going to one in Sheffield in July, the 11th of July, and I'm going to one in York on the 8th of August. I'll leave links down below so that you can buy tickets. I know you can buy tickets for York. Can't remember if you can buy tickets for Sheffield yet. I'll have to double check. But yeah, I'll leave links down below because I'm trying to use this as like a way to market and just like get the feel out of more people interacting with my books. I feel like if I can do that, I maybe have enough money to publish next year if I can get the editing sorted and paid for, because then I want to try and get this second one done. So I want to write this book, do my own self-edits, start the next one, try and get the first one into editing whilst I do self-edits on the second one, and then like try and publish them really quick. And I'm hoping that would like, I don't know, feed off each other and push it out. Yeah, but that's where I'm at. So this is a very rambly start to a vlog. I apologise, but I am going to be doing some things. I don't think there's going to be a lot that we're doing. Tomorrow we're going to play crazy golf and also go swimming. So I might do some mini vlogs of crazy golf just because it's crazy golf. And yeah, it's going to be nice to just have a few days away, just to chill, breathe, relax, and not have to stress about work or keeping on top of a full house. Because the caravan's different, I can't go and do the washing. But I'm going to leave it here and hopefully I will speak to you again soon. I kind of like this setup though. I like the backdrop of how this is. And yeah, hopefully this video will be up on the 27th of April. We'll see how well that goes. But yeah, I will catch you in the next section. Bye. Okay, so I'm trying this. I don't know how well it's going to go because it's really windy, so this footage might end up being scrapped. But, oh my god, it's so windy. We've come to some stone circles, well, a stone circle in the middle of the Lake District, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know how long it's been here for, I can't remember, I didn't read the sign properly, so I'm going to do a little bit of that, but I thought I'd just try and do some outdoor vlogging properly. I've already done a bit of the stone circle, but I'm just taking my time while I've got a second on my own to just sort of film. But yeah, it's nice. It's really windy and cold, so I'm glad that it's sunny, because if it had been an overcast day, I think it would have been far too cold to be up here. But I think that's my little segment done, because I can see a scowly face across the way. But here it is. This is the circle, and just beautiful. I think over there is where the entrance was, where there's that gap, but I'm not entirely sure. Again, I don't really know. But yeah, it took us an hour to get here, but I feel like it was an hour well spent, to be honest, especially because it's so glorious. And it's almost like we've got a stone circle inside a stone circle, because it is just surrounded by all of the peaks. Yeah. Hi everyone, so we're on Thursday the 23rd of April, so happy St George's Day to everyone. And I've got a couple of minutes free in the caravan on my own, so I can do like a proper little update. So I just wanted to do an update so far. We've had a good holiday, we've been doing a lot of things. I have not done any writing yet, but I brought my little notebook and I did make like a full page of notes on part of the lore behind like one of the characters' races, which is good because I think that's part of where I've been having issues, because I know that I need to do something to bring it in, but I'm not quite sure how it needed to go. So I think that has like solidified some of the ideas I've been having as I've been writing. I want to delve a bit more into the like religious side of the world, because the elves, definitely hit my microphone then, because the elves have gods, but not everyone believes. But then there's some like mystical, magical miracles have happened. So I kind of want to go into that a bit more instead of having it as just like this one-off thing that's then ignored and not mentioned, because I know currently where I'm at, it's like, well, why is that important? Why was that needed? Other than like as a plot device. So I kind of want to build that into the story more, so that it's got more grounding and it feels more realistic than just an attempt to push the plot along or keep it going in the direction that I wanted it to, because I did have an idea for it and I can't remember what it was, but that's what my plan has been. I would like to try and get some words written tonight, just so that I can break this drought of writing that I'm in, but I'm not sure if that's going to go how I want it to. But it's definitely moving. I've got more ideas and I think I'm getting in the right place. What I really need is like a group of writer friends where I can like just bounce ideas off. I think that's what I need. I keep trying to find one, but I'm also like really rubbish at talking to people. So yeah, I want to try and get that in place. Well, I'd like to try and find it. But I also kind of want UK-based people, just for time zone issues. It's not really an issue. I just want time zones, make it easier if you're in like sort of the UK time zone or Central Europe, because it's very similar. and a lot of the writers that I tend to stumble across online are all American based, and like the 5-8 hour time differences make it really difficult to have like any sort of meaningful conversations, because you're always like trying to pretty much ships passing through the night sort of thing. There's only like a few hours where you can sort of like keep in touch, and it does make things difficult. Speaking of someone who's got a really good friend who lives in America, and it's so difficult for us to try and keep in touch and like have actual conversations because life and time zone is so difficult. But I've not just been doing writing, I have done some reading, and I thought to myself, I do all these videos and I talk about all the books that I read, but I've now got a toddler and I never talk about the books that we read with her, so I'm going to go through the books that I've read multiple times just this week, because she got the books recently. So yeah, I'm going to go through them and give my thoughts, because why not talk about the books that I read all the time that I just never seem to bring up on this channel. I know that like my main focus is books that I read, but I do read these. One of these books I really enjoy. So I'm going to start with the one that I really enjoy the most first, and that's The Cafe at the Edge of the Woods by MacLeod. So it's about a human woman who wants to open a cafe, so she saves all this money and opens it, and she gets a waiter called Glumfoot who decides to apply. It's the only person who applies, and she wants to like make fine cuisine, like couture style food, but then an ogre turns up and he wants bats and slugs and things like that. So Glumfoot manages to change the fancy pants items that she makes into something that the ogre thinks is what he's asked for, and it's lovely. I love the rhyme in it. The rhymes in it are amazing. The pictures are so great as well. Let me see if I can get a good one of what I can't find it. Right, so this is when he changes all of the food around, so you get like the different sort of like looks of what the food looked like, and I love it. I think that this is a really great story. It's actually got a story to it. It's got a sort of rhyme to it. It's very poetic. There's definitely a rhythm built through it, and I think I might have to try and find more books by MacLeod because I really enjoyed it. The next one is Oi Frog, which the title in itself is amazing. I want to say that I didn't buy these books, she got them as a gift. And this is by Kes Gray and Jim Field, and I love the stylistic way that this has been done. There's an entire range, so there's loads more books in this range, which we do like it. I don't think it's the best one, but I just love these drawings of the frogs. It's very funny, and it's kind of taking the like frog sitting on a log idea. So the first page is like the cat telling the frog to sit on the log, and the frog don't want to because she gets splinters in her bum, which is fair enough. But then it goes through like different animals and like the rhymes of like what animals sit on. So like storks sit on forks and apes sit on grapes, things like that. I like it. It's really fun. It's a quick read, and my daughter loves it as well. So there's not really much else you can say about it. It's very simple in what it's doing, but I think the art style like does a lot for this, and I really appreciate the way that the animals have been drawn. So like the puma looks very haunted, in my opinion. And the last one that we've been reading a lot is Sleep Tight, Disgusting Blob by Hugh Aaron. And I like the fact that it's about a disgusting blob, and it is very funny in the fact that it's like, I love you, my disgust, the last line, I love you, disgusting blob. And it does have that sort of, I say whimsy to it, but the silliness to it. It's about all like monsters and creatures getting ready for bed, and brushing the teeth and having baths and what each one does. So like they've all got different things. So Dracula brushes his fangs, and Medusa's drying her snakes, stuff like that. And I do really think this is a good one. I think it's a really good bedtime story to try and wind down with. So far it's not really been read at bedtime, but we don't really tend to read books in bed. It's more like before bedtime we do the books downstairs and then go through like brushing teeth and getting ready for bed. So I do think it's a good one. It's got like a bit of a lullaby-esqueness to it, but I've not quite managed to grasp how the cadence of the words go that fully makes it a lullaby, because sometimes the words seem to be like too many syllables. That's what the word. There's too many syllables, it seems like, for it to fit. So like right at the end here, we've got For all creatures grim and evil under the round kind moon are settled down in lair and den, morning will be here soon. And it's kind of, I've read it a few times to get that cadence, but it doesn't quite fit unless you can figure out what the cadence is supposed to be. But again, another good read. We've read it multiple times so far since we've been here. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about these books. And then this, I'm talking about this one because if anyone can help me find a copy of this book, I will be forever in your debt. So we got this from a family member, and it's large print nursery rhymes, and my daughter absolutely loves it, but unfortunately, she's a grabby hands. So, unfortunately, my last clip was cut really short because I didn't realise people were going to be coming home so quickly. Well, coming back to the caravan. Oh, my throat's gone. And I turned my camera off because I knew that my toddler would instantly be running up to me, and she did, and she took loads of photos on my camera, so I definitely made the right choice. Where I left off, I was talking about the books we read, and this is the one that I was on about last, which is a nursery rhyme book. I feel like I'm too close to this camera. Which is a nursery rhyme book that my toddler loves. We got it gifted by a family member, but unfortunately she has kind of pulled it to pieces because she loves it so much, so like Little Bo Peep, unfortunately, is also taped up. But it's out of print, so I keep looking for one. So if anyone can point me in the right direction to this particular book, I would be forever grateful because we are looking for a replacement, but I can't find one. I have found the publisher and they do have a contact form, but it looks like it is very much out of print and it does make me a little bit sad. But she's loved it, she's enjoyed it. It's sad that the book has died, but also it just shows how much she loves it and how much we've read it. But I'm going to see if the publisher has got any hanging around, even if I have to do like a bulk order. Because, to be honest, she'd probably rip them as well because she's still very heavy-handed with paper books. She's really good, but then also not, so she'll put the book down and rip it that way. I can't remember if I mentioned my reading. I think I did, but I just want to update that I did actually finish Legendborn. I read it and finished it, I think, was it the Friday night? Yeah. So I was feeling really tired after getting home, so I went to bed early, but what I did was actually just go and sit and read, and I finished all of Legendborn. I think I read about half of it that evening, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good book. I think it's 5 stars. I feel like it touched on quite a lot of racism, particularly in American like education systems, and also how settings are, what's the word, like intrinsically opposed to people who aren't white males, and also just like white people in general, but it seems the way that it'd been built was specifically how white males tend to just get away with stuff and are not othered, whereas everyone else tends to get othered in some way or other. I thought it was really interesting. There were quite a few scenes in the book that were uncomfortable to read, but it's uncomfortable for me and I've not experienced it, so like I don't really have any comparison, or I guess it just gives you that frame of reference as to what it's doing. But I thought it was done really well, and now I need to finish the series because I'm really intrigued by where it's going. There's like a twist in the book, because there always is, and I thought it was going to go a different direction, but in hindsight that wouldn't work, but it was still the main feeling that I'd got, because I thought it would be a good just twist in general, because it got like this really strong sort of like female empowerment theme throughout it, that I thought that the twist that it was going to go in would have been like a bigger case for that. I kind of liked what it did. I don't know, I feel like I'm just a little disappointed because I wanted it to just carry on with that theme instead. But I'm not going to like complain about it because that's just how I thought it was going to go. I still think that it did a really good job doing what it was doing on its own. I didn't actually get the chance to do any writing whilst I was away, mainly because my daughter ended up being quite ill, so I didn't get the chance to get the laptop out, which I think is probably the first time that I've taken a laptop away with me, and I've not even got it out of my bag. And it's a very strange feeling to have just completely abandoned it. But I think that just shows like a big place of where I've been mentally anyway. That the idea of doing anything just was not there. It's been weeks since I got back home, and I have actually done some writing today. It's the first time I've done any writing in probably 2 months. I've done about 700 words. I think sitting down and trying to come up with, not backstory, but trying to get my head around the world that I'm building and actually put the ideas down on paper has helped me sort of solidify some of where I wanted to go. There's like a theme of like gods and magic that's weaving through, and I kind of mentioned it, but I didn't really take it anywhere. So I'm trying to build up like the mention of it and the implication of the gods on the world, like what is their purpose, because I feel like adding them in is like another layer to the world. But then also, if they can influence the way that people think with like blessings or miracles, do they have a bigger picture in the way that things are going? And that's currently where I'm at with it. I'm trying to decide if they are going to have like, if they're going to be players in the game, or if they're just more of a like backseat, but with like some sort of, they might have ideas of where they want things to go, so they might nudge it in the right direction. But also I don't want the main characters to feel like they've got no agency. So I feel like I've pushed myself into maybe a precarious situation with it, but I'm also intrigued as to where it's going to go, because I have constantly played around with the idea of like an epic fantasy world with gods, magic, different things like that, and I'd never felt like I've got the writing strength to do it, so I'm intrigued just to see if this one works or not. It's slightly different from sort of where I would have been going with it before, but I like it. I like the story. I like my ideas behind it. I don't know what it was. I think I was mainly in burnout, and I think this week away has helped to just alleviate some pressure, maybe, and try and help things out. I have got so much that I need to sort out. Like I've got so many books on my desk and in my library, and I really need to sort all this out. And I think that if I can like get my mind back into a good place, I might be able to get this finished. It's probably going to be more words than I expected from what I'm doing now, because I think it's going to need more words. I think the world building needs to go into more detail. I need to give more importance to these gods and to what they're doing in this world. I need to flesh out some of the ideas. There's a lot that's sort of like a very baseline. It's not gone into much detail. I saw something online today about a 4-act structure, and I think I'm going to have a look into that a little bit more, because I'm not sure if maybe the 3-act structure is not quite working with the story, and I need to change it up a little bit, because I've been trying to use Save the Cat to like, I don't really use it to plan an outline. I'm not very good at that. I have like some big ideas that I try and plot just for pacing, so I'm wondering if the reason I can't quite figure it out is because the 3-act structure is not working for this story. So I'm intrigued, but also I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. I'm going to finish off this vlog here, just because this was supposed to be a week away vlog. It's been a week since I've come back. This, hopefully, will be the quickest I've put a vlog out for a while, in the sense of like a travel vlog. So I'm kind of excited by that. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here. I've got some ideas for different vlogs. I've been thinking about what I actually want to do with this channel, because I've seen a lot of people saying that once you become an author, you shouldn't really be in reader spaces, and you shouldn't be critiquing other authors' works. And I have been, shush phone. I have been stuck trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with this channel, because I do enjoy talking about books, but I also enjoy talking about my own writing. Personally, I do not mind if people critique my work. I was trying to word that then, because I didn't want to be like trash people, because I don't try to trash people. I don't put a lot of reviews up on this channel, which I think goes a long way, and I'm tempted to start like doing some sort of reviews. I want to bring back my adaptation videos, the comparisons for that, because I do think that's quite interesting, the way that books can be adapted and the way that mediums can affect a story. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this channel, where I want to go with it, and like the vibes that I've got. So there should be more book content coming. I've got to actually get some filmed, but luckily I've got this video that I can do, and then I need to try and sort some stuff out, so I might try and do that this weekend. But yeah, I am happy with my holiday. I feel like we had a good time. Violet had a great time, and I think it was nice to get away and do something a little bit different. We have got another trip booked in a couple of months. We are going to a friend's wedding, and I guess it's kind of like out of place. It's still in the UK, but we are having a mini holiday around it just to make things a little bit easier. So we're looking forward to that, but we're also trying to look to book for something else. It's nice to do all these little caravan holidays while Violet is still so young, and we don't have to worry about school holiday times, because those fines are ridiculous and completely out of order. We'll put it out there. You should be allowed to have 2 weeks off with your kid for whatever reason. Sickness, holidays, being able to just have time out of school, I think is important, because yeah, I just think it's ludicrous the way that like a big industry has the hold over millions of people. It's just ridiculous. And interestingly enough, there's no term time fines for private schools, because why would there be? Why would a private school have to follow these rules where most of the politicians' kids go to? Oh, interesting. It was a good time. I feel like I had fun. I think the break was definitely needed to get my sort of creativity going. There's just so much that's been happening sort of like at home in terms of just life, that I think I just needed to have that time to just step away. But if you've got any recommendations of places where we could go on our next adventures, we are currently still looking at sort of like caravan local holidays around the UK. We have been flirting with the idea of maybe doing a flight to South Island, like as in like the Republic of Ireland, but south, just to see how Violet does with a plane, because she is 2 now and very much in her nosy, curious stage. So we've been holding off on that a little bit. But any recommendations would be more than welcome. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like, and if you want to see more of my videos, don't forget to hit subscribe. I am slowly building back up into this entire video filming and editing. I keep spending money on cameras and equipment, so I really need to actually get use out of them at some point. And as always, I hope you're well and you're all staying safe, and until next time, bye!